It was only one time.
What up? This is Robert Horry.
Horry, three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Horry for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Horry from downtown.
Let's call it episode 129 of the Big Shot Bob podcast. B-Dog Brandon Harper. I'm Rob Jenners. The man grasping Dabo Swinney in need of a hug. 7-time NBA champion Robert Horry.
I love you, Dabo.
You said before we started, man, if anybody needs a hug today, it's Dabo Swinney. Boy, does he.
Yeah.
Oh, that was ugly. 28-7 to Duke. Oh,
I thought when I read that
hurt,
I thought it
man.
I thought it was wrong with this.
I know,
it was wrong.
This can't be right. ESPN has
Not
screwed
Duke.
this up terribly. No, yeah.
Especially not Duke.
Oh, Duke, man. To Duke.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. Look, it seemed like those days of Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence are way in the past, don't it?
Ain't that it, though? I mean, when you don't have Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence, all of a sudden, a lot harder to go out and just blow people's doors off, you know?
Well, I just think you got a lot of new guys. As talented as they are, you don't necessarily know what you have until it's game time. And if you're going to catch a really good team, catch them early when they're stepping on the field for the first time, just like you are.
Yep.
So true. And you think about Duke, they're probably like not even thinking about Duke. Duke's a basketball school. And Duke always have a couple of good quarterbacks. They always have a couple of good receivers.
Duke's good for one or two of these every year when they shake somebody up,
Yeah. And so weird. I think this is like the first year it wasn't multiple, top teams playing each other. Other than the LSU Florida State game, I don't think anybody played a tough team. They was all like, okay, we're gonna play these top 20 teams, top 25 teams. I'm not gonna play anybody ranked to get my feet wet because think about how many guys, major quarterbacks for these programs, other than USC, left for the pros. So I'm just like, okay,
so many.
Let's get our feet wet.
So many. And you saw it. You brought it up. We'll talk college football right off the top just because it's on everybody's mind. But you brought it up, LSU, FSU.
Yeah.
Florida State's bringing back is it Jordan
Their
Davis?
quarterback.
Yes, Jordan Davis is their quarterback. And LSU's got just a whole new scheme going on. LSU got their doors blown off. Number 5 LSU got swamped. It was like 45-24 or something. Lost by 20 points.
It was technically, I'm saying it was a home game for Florida State. It was in Orlando.
Yeah, it's that Camping World Stadium thing. It doesn't count. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you play. You could have played that game at LSU in Death Valley. It didn't matter.
But here's LSU. LSU does this every year. They come out, they try to figure themselves out, and then next thing you know, they run off about 13 games in a row. Everybody's talking about them. They beat these top teams, and we're back on top again. So,
well, they got a long way to climb back. If
Yeah.
Now, granted, you lost to a top 10 team. You lost to a number 8 FSU. So it's not like you were Clemson losing to Duke, unranked Duke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a whole different story. But
it's always best to lose early than lose late.
Yeah. Give me a loss.
That's so weird to me, though, because you think if you lose early, that means your team is not really. If you lose late, your team is it should be. It's just weird. I guess that's what they say, that you lose late, your team should be ready for the upcoming season. They not who we think they are. But,
It's again so early, man. Week 1, and the story of the weekend was Deion. Deion Sanders in Colorado going out and I mean that game. By the way, that was the freaking game of the weekend. That was back and forth TCU in Colorado, back and forth, back the whole time. And freaking got to give Deion credit, man. Colorado comes out, upsets TCU 45-42.
I look at the TCU team. You know how I feel about TCU from last season when they wasn't supposed to be where they were.
Paper Tigers, man. Paper Tigers.
So,
yep.
Yeah, but I'm happy for those guys. The two-way player, what's his name?
Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Hunter? Yeah. That dude, he's the next Deion. He talks a lot of trash like Deion. He's learning from the best trash talker and best two-way player. So they're exciting team to watch. And, his son, he's slanging that thing, man.
Dude.
He's slanging it.
He threw for 5 touchdowns, set a school record, 512 yards or something for passing.
Yeah.
I mean, wild.
Yeah, I'm proud of Prime. I was one of the people, just to be honest and upfront, that said that I didn't see them winning more than 3 games. You know, I've talked to my pops a lot about this, and he was like, I really could see them winning at least 6. You know, he sees them winning at least 6 games looking at the schedule. And they've already pretty much met and exceeded what they were last year from the first game of the season. So
with attendance?
Well, yeah, no, they were 1-11 last year.
No,
yeah.
I'm talking about attendance.
Attendance, yes, you're absolutely right. Attendance, but they won their 1 game, they're off the hook. You know what I mean? You're not going to do worse than last year.
And they could be 2-0 next week because they got Nebraska at Colorado in the home opener.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to win that game.
Well, all right, hold on. So you can capture lightning in a bottle. I need to see it 2 or 3 weeks in a row. Like I think 1 week out, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. They balled out. They played incredible. Can you do that in back-to-back weeks? That's what I need to see. Even if you don't beat Nebraska, were you competitive? Were you in the game? You know what I mean? And it's just that's another team with a lot of young kids, all new pieces.
Portals,
I mean, tons of portal kids on that team. I mean, just I don't know how you can pull it together that quickly and show me a consistent team return on that. That might have just been a flash in the pan.
Well, USC did it last season. You know, they had a lot of portal guys, but they had a Heisman winning trophy quarterback. You know, who knows? Deion Sanders might be a Heisman winning trophy quarterback, but we have to wait and see. But when you have a guy who's electrifying as he is as quarterback, he can make a lot of things happen for you. And the bad thing about that is, we don't talk about defense, and apparently the defense isn't that good. And so when you score as fast as they score, your defense doesn't get any rest, and you got to have a hell of a defense to, make things happen.
Yeah, their defense gave up 42 points, and that's something that's going to have to be worked on. And that's something that's going to be worked on through recruiting and things over the years when you're able to get, defenders in, and you're able to work on that throughout the season as well. But one thing I will say, as dynamic as Travis Hunter is, and I don't think Deion will do this every game, but he played over 110 snaps in that game.
It's a lot.
You're going to have to manage that.
That is a lot.
Yes.
Oh.
You're going to have to figure out where are you best at, which side of the ball.
Where do I want you? Oh, God, that's a lot of stuff.
I'll be a third down specialist or something on the offensive end.
Well, I do think because they have a lot of pass catchers on the offensive end, even though they're not as dynamic as Travis, I think you put Travis mainly at cornerback, and you'll play him at receiver and have packages for him every now and then. But I think if
he's too damn good defensively, he's way too good.
Yeah, and I think that's his main position, while also putting him in having certain packages and him being in for a certain amount of plays on the offensive end of the ball. But you can't have him out there for 110 snaps every single game like that every week.
No.
The first game you can because of all the adrenaline and excitement, but by week 3 and week 4, your body gonna be beat up and you're gonna be really, really tired.
Here's the test too: if they're trailing by 10 to Nebraska, you're gonna start seeing him every other damn offensive snap. He's gonna he might work his way into that offense later in the game when they need him. Versus if maybe they don't. Maybe you'll only see him on defense if they get out to a lead or something. But congrats to Prime, man. That was fun. That was fun. And that's what you want out of college football, man. You just want fun.
Yeah, you want people to talk about it. You want everybody to look at and say, okay, Deion, you talked a lot of trash.
Dude, he's the biggest story in college football right now.
Yes, and everybody's covering. And I hope he wins every game, but I'm waiting to see when he loses one how much trash talking the media is going to do back to him. That's gonna be the fun part.
You know what? It depends who he loses to. It depends who he loses to. If they lose to some softy they shouldn't lose to.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Like now, because it is one game and they did go on the road and beat a TCU team that was ranked 17, but clearly not the TCU team they were last year. Now we have all these expectations that you're putting on it. And look, Deion is always going to be a talker. He's always been that way. He will continue to be that way. That's just the way that no one will want to have it any other way. So regardless of who he loses to, nobody has this team in the college football playoff. They playing with house money right now still.
Oh, yeah.
So it really doesn't matter.
I would love to see who, like you put a prime or Muhammad Ali up against a prime Deion and just have a talk-off. So you can talk the most trash.
Gary Payton comes flying in out of nowhere. It's like, it can get ugly fast, man.
Yeah.
It can get ugly real fast. But, it was a fun – I'm glad college football's back, man. I love watching college football.
Me too.
It's just so much damn fun. Did you watch a lot of football? You were in China this week, weren't you?
Yeah, I was in China. I saw nothing.
I was good. Yeah, I'm like, how?
I saw only sports I was able to see was the last 5 minutes of USA getting their ass kicked.
Oh.
That's the only thing I saw.
All right, so let's talk about that because you brought it up. We'll talk about China in a minute, but they lose to Lithuania. And that Lithuania team's a lot bigger than they are. I mean, Team USA is small. That's no secret to that.
Well, you got to think of who's the coach.
Well,
he's going to want a small. That's what
of course.
He
guard-heavy team. Yeah, you're playing guard-heavy team.
He thinks guards are the best players to ever play this game.
So they lose. Lithuania just looked a lot more physically dominant in that game. From the what I watched of it, and I watched maybe 10 minutes of it down the stretch. Mm-hmm. When I saw they were losing, I was like, oh, let's see what the heck's going on. And I mean, like for them, where do you go from here? I mean, obviously you have to rebound against Italy. You have to win. You have to get back to take another shot at them.
I don't think that even matters because Lithuania turned around and lost the next game.
They did.
And so you're going to have people understand, like, you're going to have games where you play an opponent. Think about they was 35-13 in the first quarter, something like that. Yeah. They made their first 9 threes. When you get in a hole like that, you get in a hole like that, it's hard to come back, especially when you're not used to playing with each other. You don't have that chemistry like most regular season teams do. So I'm not worried about it. You know, someone, like you just said earlier, found a lightning in the ball. They use it for one game. And if they had to lose a game, this was the best game to lose. And it puts them in a better bracket.
Okay. But boy, did it make what's his name at the podium look good from a week ago.
Who?
And so people, what's his name? The track
Lyles?
star.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because now everybody is saying, well, dang, he might have been right. And I'm like, I knew that this was going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
And I knew that this was going to happen because now everybody was talking about, well, maybe they not the world champs and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, relax. Relax.
Yeah.
Look,
all right, Aaron Rodgers.
Right. Like you said, the next game, what happened? Lithuania got up for this game. They got up for this game.
I think every country probably does for Team USA, right?
Right. But they happened to be the one to get up and win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, look, I still think Team USA is still the best team in this pool. So it is what it is.
I don't know. There's something about losing to Lithuania just hurts my American soul. You know what I mean? I don't know why. And it's not like they're a good team. They're a physical team. They're a big team. But I don't know. Something about you lost to Lithuania just hurts me a little.
And best believe I got some mentions on Twitter talking about, oh, I thought USA was the best team. I thought this, that, and the third. I'm like,
look, Twitter lives to shit on people who are down and dubs. I mean, you know, people who fail. Oh, Twitter lives for it. It's what
it is. You know, people need something to talk trash, and people just love talking trash on both sides of the ball, good and the bad.
I guess for me too is, what do you do with this team going into Paris next summer? Because you're going to have the Olympics in Paris next summer. And the chatter is, do you look at this type of a game and go, what do we need to add? And if Steve Kerr is the coach he is, you would have to look at this kind of a loss and go, okay, we need to add a couple bigs here.
Well, no, he got some reinforcements coming in. This is not this team.
Not the team. Right. But you're going to see a fair amount of these guys on that team.
It's only going to be like 3 guys on this team.
No, I think you're going to see more than that. I think you'll see more than that.
You need to make a bet. I say I'm going to look at the roster.
You're saying 3 guys.
I say, let me see.
Of the 12.
Only guy that's probably going to be on the team for sure is Ant-Man.
For sure. I think Jared Jackson probably as well.
Yeah, maybe him because of the defense.
Defensively, you need
3,
a guy
that's
like that.
it. I'm telling you, 3, that's it. I'm telling you, at the most.
All right.
Because his general, his floor general is going to be on that Olympic team, and that's Steph Curry.
Yeah, he's got to be. I mean, you'd imagine that he's going to be.
You know,
it's going to be a few other guys there who are not playing now.
I know one guy definitely ain't gonna be on this team. That's Walker Kessler.
Oh, hell no.
He ain't gonna be on this team. Hey, I know a second guy, Brandon Ingram. He's not gonna be. Brandon Ingram said, "Fuck this. I ain't doing this no more."
Tiny Dog struggled, man. I don't think he's happy out there right now.
He ain't having fun. It's a different show. Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't happy. You got him. Embiid's an American citizen now. You think Embiid or AD get a shot at that team?
I don't think AD will be on the team. I know he will want to.
I don't need him to.
That's the question.
And then
happens if his ass gets hurt in the Olympics. Oh.
And I'm the Lakers. I'm like, no, you can't play in this.
No. Bro, we don't want you walking to the store. We want to get you in the Olympics? No, thanks. Yeah. We're good.
Do you think KD will be on this team? Will you think KD will try?
Has he been?
He's been on 2 Olympic teams.
Yeah, okay, so he's been on before.
Wasn't he on the Redeem? No, he wasn't on the.
No, I don't think he was. He's
been on
might
2.
Be wrong.
Though. Yeah, I think guys like KD, LeBron, guys who are still playing at a really high level but are older, I think they've been there and done that. I think they've had their time and they're going to make way for other guys who haven't had as much time or haven't seen it at all to have their time to shine and represent the country. I think I don't think we'll see them at all.
It depends on what Nike says. If Nike tells those 2 guys to get their asses out there and we're going to give you X amount of dollars, they're going out there.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, you catch 5 minutes off the bench or something. I don't need you out there starting.
Oh, no. If those guys go, ain't no catching 5 minutes off the bench.
They got to start. I know.
Hey, I do know one player that's going to get on that team, though, because he's going to try to change his image.
Ja Morant.
I would love to see him on that team because people need to see him. He's one of the best guards in the league. Yeah. So
that's an opportunity for him too to earn some trust back.
Exactly.
Get out there, win for your country, show a little humility.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it, but
and if Lithuania comes at you again, you just give him a little flash, and So I don't know. We'll see what Team USA is made of. But
yeah, that could happen. But also, he could just stop holding up guns and live videos too. So
there's that.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd imagine that's the first step in your recovery. just maybe like get off Instagram entirely. Yeah. That might be a start. So what were you doing in China? We brought up China. What were you doing over there?
The NBA does these street ball games. It's a really cool event. They have games throughout China to see who can get to the finals, and the final team gets to come to the USA and actually come to the All-Star game. So it was cool. It's an ambassador for that, passing out checks and shaking hands, and that's about it. I won't say kissing babies because there ain't no babies at these events. So
Robert Horry kisses babies.
It was really cool. And then before I left, I went to go visit a school that Yao and Dikembe and Iceman had established over there, and went to say hi to some kids, play a little basketball with them, and went in the classroom and taught them a couple of English words.
Okay. What do you get to sightsee and stuff while you're over there, or is it just kind of straight business?
I can sightsee if I choose to, but I've been there so many times, and you can only go to the Great Wall so many times or go to these different places. So I elect to just relax and lay low.
Yeah, it's got to be tough with the language barrier. That's gotta be tough.
It's tough. But get this: the funny part, my two guys were Jack Daniels. One was named Jack and one was named Daniel. And so I just said, "Yo, Jack Daniels." And so Daniel actually played football. You'll never guess where.
Alabama.
University of Alabama. And he's from China, and he played football at Alabama. He has a big tattoo on his ankle, on his calf, or the national championship.
So y'all were boys from the word go.
Yeah, we were boys from the go. Wait. Yeah.
He made it seem like talking about you'll never guess where, when the only way you have that kind of smile on your face is if you went to one school.
Alabama.
Yeah. It could have been Texas A&M, play with Cameron, it could have been anywhere,
Not with that big of a grin on your face.
Yeah, if it would have been Texas A&M, it would have been like,
it'd have
been sour.
Guess where he played at. But no, it was cool. But what I did was, a lot of events were at night, and so I was smart. So I would be, I wouldn't get jet lag. I stayed in my room. I slept because 1 to 5 there is maybe 1 10 o'clock to 3 a.m. here. So I kind of just stayed on my time zone by sleeping during the day.
Yeah. How long were you there? 4 or 5 days?
5 days.
Okay.
6 days. 6 days.
That's not terrible.
No, it's not terrible.
That's tough, though. It's just a complete opposite day.
Yeah.
Everything's reverse. Yeah,
Right.
It's tough. Reverse day.
Good, yeah. Good for you for going out there, though, man. How long is that flight?
It's a 12-hour flight from Taipei, and it was a 3-hour flight to Taipei. So it was good. I know Kevin Hahn is a guy I've been knowing for years. He's a U.S. citizen, and he's worked with the NBA and does a lot of the NBA Cares program. He works closely with Yao. So it's a great event, and I know a lot of people in the U.S. kind of feel bad about the Chinese relationship, but
well, there's a lot of Chinese politics that
but basketball can bring people together, and it's just a thing that you can do for just have a good time, man. Just have a good time. Bring some of that love of playing the sport. It's just fun, man.
Yeah.
I like going. I like traveling to different countries.
That's quite a trip, though. I'm glad you do it. That's a cool thing.
Yeah.
Especially for the kids, man. That's fun.
Yeah.
Did they take your burner phone away from you, or no? Did they keep your burner phone?
No, I didn't take it. I didn't take a burner phone. I just used their phone.
Okay.
They already got the phone.
Jack Daniels, flip me your phone, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a torch NBA ref here. Hold on a second.
Yeah. They have 2 phones, so I use one.
We got NBA ref Eric Lewis retiring this week after the big investigation unfolded. The league announced it was looking into his wrongful use of social media. Again, we have a story about a freaking NBA referee getting on social media trying to back other NBA referees and talk crap. And this time it burned Eric Lewis. He had to retire. The league closed their investigation after he retired. I'm floored by this still. I don't know why. I probably shouldn't be, but isn't it in the NBA ref handbook? You got to have thick skin, man. People are gonna blast you. You will be the butt of the joke. It's always gonna happen. It's just grow some thick skin and deal with it. You don't have to get on social and be like, technically he made the stop. Just let it go.
But his thing is why can't he have a burner account? This is freedom of speech, right? Can he have an account to just talk shit back to people?
I guess if you're an NBA employee and you're choosing to take to social media to talk shit about other NBA employees, then I guess maybe that's probably frowned upon.
That's.
Oh, so he was talking trash about other people? I thought he was just defending.
I think
the refs.
he was defending the refs, but sometimes he'll say something about a player or now a lot of these tweets have been deleted, so we're going based on what we know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I would think that it's
he didn't like, who was it? Chris Paul. He didn't like.
I think it was something like that. I don't remember if it was Chris Paul, but it's when I think the problem here is you're going to get the grief from everybody. Mm-hmm. That comes with the job when you go and say, all right, I'm going to be an NBA ref. I'm going to train. I'm going to go to all the classes, do all the certifications I got to do, work my way up into the league. And when you're there, you just got to know this is the job, man. This is it.
True.
Why is every NBA ref fired up about getting on social media to defend their calls and their position? Why? Who cares?
Even the players do it,
They do. You're absolutely right, they do. Mm. Yeah. But
it's about you.
D-Dog is doing it right now. He's defending.
Defending who?
I don't know. He tweeting somebody defending somebody.
Ain't us.
No. Look,
I'll get torched on Twitter. I'll know who it's from.
No.
Burner account.
So no. I don't have a burner account. I don't do burner accounts. Yeah. If I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna say it. Man. Yeah, exactly. Say it with your chest. And so look, he got caught.
Oh yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he's not the only ref that has an account. It's just other refs and other officials around the league just didn't get caught like he did. So they probably learned a lesson from him. Let me pipe down a little bit. Oops. I don't want to be made an example out of either. So let me chill out a bit and let me put my little burn account on ice right now.
I think every ref should not give a shit. Don't give a shit what anybody says or whatever, because you're gonna make bad calls. Stick behind your bad calls, stick behind your good calls, and just say, hey, last time I checked, I'm human, I'm not perfect, so let's move on.
Yeah. My check cleared. I'm not that upset. You know what I mean? I got that little deposit notice from the bank. Ding, I'm fine. I'll live with whatever you got to say about me.
And let me tell you something else.
You get a notice? I just get an email. I need to turn my notifications on.
Turn your push notifications on, man.
Okay.
Dang, you got paid.
And let me say this. Also, something that follows along these lines, I'm going to need the NBA, when somebody makes a bad call that changes the trajectory of a game, I understand that they're admitting that they're wrong when they come back and say, hey, this should have been done. It's pointless because what y'all not going to do is put them guys back on the court, replay the situation, and try to fix it because that's the only way it can be fixed. So stop telling me we got it wrong.
Yeah. We know you got it wrong. We saw a video. You should just have a Twitter account and say, oops. Oh, my bad.
My bad.
You know, yeah.
I'll get you next time.
It doesn't make sense, man. Like, after further review, we noticed that this play, who fucking cares? We already seen it during the moment, just like you should have seen it during the moment. That's why you have this big ass room back in Secaucus where you say, hey, you review everything. That's why I think a lot of times those three guys, they don't that on the court, call Secaucus and say, yo, check this play out. What do you think? All right, let's get back. Because they got more, they got bigger screens, they got more time, and they see it right when it happened, and they got more angles. So I just think it should be taken out of the ref's hands and put in Secaucus' hand or wherever that room is, and let them make the judgments of that call. If they're gonna reverse calls, I think if they're gonna reverse calls, don't leave it up to the refs, because sometimes the refs are like, okay, I made that call. You made a call? Fuck it. Let's just stick with it because it's your call. We don't want to make you look bad. Mm-hmm. So Secaucus, what's the call? Hey, reverse it. Call's good, call's bad. It's stupid to me.
Well, it's like the NFL. It was like the last 2 minutes of an NFL game. All reviews go to that's it. If something needs to be reviewed, it goes to freaking New York or wherever they do the review. That's it.
Yeah.
It's not even up to the ref to call for a review or a coach to challenge it. It's like, nope, this could impact the game. I'm going to go ahead and flip this out and automatically review it. It ain't even anybody's challenge.
Really need to change in the NBA. It's because, you're going to do all these instant replays and stuff. Get it right. Don't leave it up to those three on the court.
Dude, if baseball's starting to figure it out, you need to catch up. Okay? Because baseball's starting to figure it out. Baseball's starting to get more of these calls right, challenge more of these things, and yeah. If trust me, that's my standard. If baseball can do it, the freaking NBA can do it. Come on. By the way, congratulations to Jeanie Buss.
Got married.
Yeah, her and Jay Mohr got married over the weekend.
I know a lot of people upset about that.
Why?
I had a lot of my friends like, man, why you hooking up with Jeanie? Man, I know she was single. I'm like, dude, really?
She's been with Jay for like 5 years or something.
I know, right?
Yeah, they've been together for a while. But just congratulations to Jeanie.
Yes.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, congratulations to Jeanie.
Just a little shout out there.
Did y'all get an invite?
No.
I didn't either. We got to get on to her about that.
Well, I think it's more concerning that you didn't get one than.
Yeah, I didn't expect one. I wasn't checking the mail every day going, oh, damn, no, I wasn't. Sorry. She won't reply to me about coming on the podcast. You ain't getting a fucking wedding invite. Sorry.
Right.
Not happening. And every time you reach out, it's for booze. So it's like
first of all, I don't reach out to her.
Hey, Jeanie, love you. This is an empty Sincora bottle. What should I do about this?
I reach out for Laker tickets. I reach out for something more important.
You reach out to Jeanie for Laker tickets.
Yeah, if you get Laker tickets, you go in the back, you can drink a booze at the same time.
So that's how you get to the booze.
2 for 1.
Got it.
2 for 1.
Got it. But I mean, we love Jeanie, and I like Jay Mohr too. I think Jay Mohr's very funny. Good dude. Yeah. Congratulations to them. Just a little shout out to Jeanie.
Anybody who can find love, and they're happy, big ups to them.
It's all that matters. It's all that matters. And
so, speaking of marriage, B-Harp, when you get married, man, the two of us are married. What's up, man? When we get invited to a wedding.
Harp's got a girl. At least a regular one.
Why are you looking at us like this, man?
No, because I wasn't expecting this conversation to angle the way that it did.
He turned into your mother all of a sudden. When am I getting grandchildren? I'm like, oh shit! I wasn't expecting this.
I definitely want to be on the serious though. I definitely want to be married. So I'm a single man right now, but hopefully not for long.
Oh, you swipe right?
Oh, no, I don't swipe at all.
Hold up. You don't use those dating apps at all? Come on now. Be honest.
No, I'm a normal person. I meet people in real life.
Well, you can meet them in real life, but that's how you get introduced to them on the thing.
No,
right?
I'm introduced to them in real life.
So here's the question. Are you an approacher or you like to be approached?
No, I'm an approacher.
Okay. All right, big dog. You got that.
Now, have I had women approach me? Yes, in person and via social media. Mm-hmm. And I have no problem with women doing that. I mean, It just I find you attractive or not.
You got a little DM sliding going on.
I've had it happen before.
So have you ever dated someone that slid into your DMs, or you went out with them or met them for drinks or anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's been people. It's been people I've already known. We didn't we weren't friends. We may have gone to college together, and then you've always followed them on social media. And as time moves on, whatever, they hit you up on some. Hey, I ain't seen you in a while. Let's whoop-de-doop, and then
that to me that sounds like swiping right.
I mean, I guess the only difference is I know the person.
Yeah. And usually it's followed by, you still working with Shaq?
Actually, the funny thing about it is I don't think that's ever come up.
Oh, get the hell out of here.
It really hasn't. I mean, they know I work in sports, but that specific thing rarely has ever come up.
Okay.
Like, who you work for? I need to meet him. You introduce me.
I tell her, me too.
I think you damn lost my number, so yeah, it's okay. That's okay.
Right.
Well, all right. Well, there you go. A little peek inside Harper's dating life today. Wasn't on the show sheet. I apologize. It just kind of.
I never expected it to take that turn.
Well, I just figured since we was talking about marriage and two of us on this panel was married, I figured, who knows?
Yeah, one of these days.
We'll get you there. We'll get you.
Oh,
there.
and I'll be sure to send you guys an invite.
I would hope so.
I would hope so.
Maybe some sleeves. You know what I mean? Just something. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Just a thought. Just a thought for.
Hey, I'm just let's make sure I'm sending you a really good wedding gift.
Oh, you definitely coming.
I got the perfect gift for you.
Now I gotta know.
No, it's just a magnum of wine. Now you think of see how dirty your mind is.
I thought condoms. I'm like, you buying a Magnum condoms? For starters, thank you for the compliment on that one.
Second, why would I know this?
Yeah, I mean, like, what?
Because the reason I say that, because someone gave that to me as a wedding gift. I'm not going to re-gift it to you, but I'm just saying, I just thought that's like the best gift to give someone. Like you can to toast, you open it, you crack it up for your first anniversary. So you use that. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's dope. Okay, yeah, I can get with that.
You'll be unwrapping that bottle of wine and be like, "To Big Shot Bob, what the hell?"
He done re-gifted this.
He put a new bow on this. He just handed it to me, son of a bitch. A shout out, by the way, to the Nebraska women's volleyball program.
Yeah.
I wanted to throw them a little love on the show today. Did you happen to see any of this, Rob?
No, I did not.
All right, so over the last, I want to say it was like 8 or 9 months of planning, the University of Nebraska wanted to set a world record for the largest attendance at a women's college sporting event. So they took Nebraska Stadium and they filled it to the brim. 92,000 people to come see the women's volleyball team. Who the hell did they play? Hang on, I wrote it down. This was at Memorial Stadium, 92,003 people. They played Omaha, and they beat them 3-0. But these are college girls who probably are used to playing in front of, I would imagine, a few hundred people, maybe 1,000 people. Got to play in front of 92,000 people at Memorial Stadium in Nebraska.
Isn't Nebraska like one of the top-ranked teams in the country, though? Is it
in what?
Volleyball.
Volleyball. I think so. I think they're very highly rated, actually.
Yeah,
I'm still thinking about football. Lord Jesus, no.
No, not when it comes to football. Maybe in the 90s, but not so much today. Yeah. But I just that's pretty awesome. Like for those girls who, again, maybe you're playing in front of a few thousand people. Maybe. I mean, that's not an easy draw. They filled it. 92,000 people at Memorial Stadium.
I'm looking at the picture now. That's so cool.
Dude, it's insane.
So here's the crazy thing about that number is that with those 92,000, a third of the population like a third of the population of Lincoln, Nebraska showed up at that stadium for the volleyball match.
That's crazy.
It took them like 8 or 9 months of planning to pull it off and promoting it, selling tickets and hyping it up, but they did it. They pulled it off. They did a good job. What's the biggest crowd you can remember playing in front of?
My first game in the NBA when we played in Japan. We played in my first NBA game, and it was like 100 and something. So it was in Japan.
That many people.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, because I mean,
stadiums don't hold that many
stadium
people.
capacity is like what, 40,000 maybe at the most? Most NBA stadiums?
Like
yeah.
I don't think they seat more than 40, 45.
Yeah.
And that's probably even being conservative.
Only time you ever, as far as basketball, you get is when you go to places like China, Japan, or if you play in the NCAA Final Four because they use a football stadium.
Well, they'll use one of those big ass arenas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
and really a basketball stadium really don't exceed more than 25,000. So that's a sellout if you can pack that out.
Yeah, man, 100,000 people though. That's a hell of a crowd.
But think about this though. That's probably made 2 years of, gear and equipment for that school. Think about those girls. Their revenue has never probably been that high.
Oh no,
that probably covers about 4 or 5 years of revenue. Yeah.
I'm sure for the program.
I'm happy for the program.
And I mean, that volleyball too isn't a program that requires a lot of equipment. I mean, they need I think they have elbow pads, knee pads, that sort of thing. But it's not like football, where you just have to have equipment on equipment on equipment. So I would imagine that dollar goes a lot further with the volleyball program than it does for the football team.
But I do think that it was dope to see that, we just came from off of, a few seasons of seeing the support of the women's NCAA tournament and seeing great games, seeing great players, embrace the spotlight, seeing a lot of drama, kind of like the drama we see in the NBA at times. And to see, those young ladies get the opportunity to play in front of football-sized crowds, because Nebraska has set the record for the most sellouts, I think, in football games. Even through how pitiful their football team is, they still show up.
Why you gotta call them pitiful, man?
Well, I mean, the sun is hot. Dogs bark. Nebraska is pitiful right now, football-wise. So, but to see those girls, those young ladies play in front of that level of crowd and
cool.
to get that level of support, that's dope.
Yeah, that's just cool. All right, let's do a big shot of the week. Then we're going to do a round. This isn't so much a game as much as it is you guys get to sound off on different stuff that's in the news this week. It's called Buy or Sell. We'll do that in a second here. Big shot of the week is going to go to Warren, Michigan police officer Brendan Fraser, who was also great in the Mummy movies back in the day. I have a feeling
Tarzan.
And Tarzan. It was George of the Jungle, actually. Thank you.
Oh, it's George of the Jungle. Yeah.
I think this is a different Brendan Fraser. He pulled over a car for speeding over Labor Day weekend. It was going 75 and a 45. The reason why is the mom's son had stopped breathing, and she was trying to get him to the emergency room. She handed Fraser the baby. The officer took the child. His eyes were blue and rolled back in his head. Ooh. And dash cam footage captured him hitting the boy, giving him CPR, getting him to breathe, and whatever the obstruction was, he got it free. The color comes back to the kid's face. His lips get back to the color. He starts breathing again, and then escorts the mom and the kid to the hospital, and the kid is fine, and he's going to make a complete recovery. Save that kid's life.
Gotcha.
Save that damn kid's life on the side of the road.
I'm just so happy the mom pulled over, because sometimes people I got to get to the hospital. These guys are trained.
Yeah,
and
I would imagine too, if there's a cop, this hopefully the cop can help. Yeah, so I think I would imagine in her brain she goes, "Oh God, thank God, help," as opposed to "Screw you, I'm going to keep trucking."
Yeah, and good thing he stopped her, and good thing he was new CPR and was able to help this kid. So it just gives me goosebumps anytime you hear something like that. Yeah,
I just love that, and he got the kid back to breathing, got him to the hospital. Kid's going to make a full recovery.
How old was the kid?
18 months old. Year and a half.
Ooh, that's really sad.
Year and a half.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you, Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, man. And do another George of the Jungle. It's a stupid ass movie. All right, let's.
Georgia.
It's such a dumb movie. It doesn't hold up, by the way. It's so stupid. All right, let's. We're doing a round of buy or sell here. I'm gonna give you guys a chance to sound off on some stuff that maybe.
Buy! Turn back on those machines. Sell.
All right. The New York Jets have been featured on Hard Knocks this season with their new quarterback Aaron Rodgers. There's been a lot of pretty good trash talk stuff going on. They've had a lot of the preseason games in there. Him and one of the Giants linebackers got into a shouting match, and Aaron turns to him and goes, "Dude, I don't even know who you are." It's been ugly. The New York Jets with Aaron Rodgers, buy or sell?
Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna buy it. Because I think Aaron Rodgers can. Just like receivers can make a quarterback, and quarterbacks can make receivers. I think that in this case, he's gonna make those receivers a lot better because he can slang that thing. Still, though, he's like one of the oldest players. He is the oldest player in football right now, right?
I think he might be.
Yeah, I think so. He still can slang that thing. Now, I think I'm gonna buy those. I look for the Jets to make the playoffs.
Buying the Jets. Harp, are you buying the Jets?
I'm gonna buy him. I just need some of their guys to shut up talking.
They're the Jets. That's never gonna happen.
I just need them. I really just need some of them to chill out because some of them are just decent. It ain't like your top players talking. It's some of the decent guys talking. And I'm buying them, but I just need them to kind of cool out on the talking.
See, I'm selling the Jets, man. Mainly because if you saw Aaron Rodgers the last 2-3 years in Green Bay, the minute something goes sideways on him and he decides he don't want to do this no more, that's it. It's over. The experiment ends. So the minute the Jets become the Jets, God bless them, the minute they're the Jets again and Aaron Rodgers goes, oh, this was a terrible mistake.
And then he's on the
And then he Brett Favre's it and he goes to the Vikings or something. That's it, man. The Jets are done. So I'm selling this. I'm selling this whole thing.
I will say
the minute it goes sideways, he's out.
Yeah, and I will say this. In to what, Jenners is saying, he's in a lot tougher division than what he came from. Like, the NFC North was okay. But that AFC East?
Forget it. With the Buffalo Bills and Dolphins are on the upswing a little bit with Tua, hopefully. And, you got some teams.
How is Tua looking?
I don't know 100%. Slow is what I've heard, but I haven't watched a lot of Dolphins. I think the Bills are going to be just as good as they have been this year, though. And honestly, it's hard to ever count out the Patriots just because Bill Belichick's still in charge over there.
I'm selling the Patriots, but I think the Buffalo Bills are going to be good.
I think the Bills are going to be real good. Yeah, and I think Josh Allen continues to improve.
Yeah, they pissed off from last year when they should have did some damage.
Yeah. Lionel Messi made his debut with Inter Miami CF over the weekend in a 3-1 win over LAFC. Lionel Messi's going to make soccer mainstream in America. Buy or sell?
I am going to say, I don't know. I'm going to say sell, because I think here in the United States, it depends. It's a regional thing. Like, I think him traveling around and him coming to your city, it's going to bring people out. But on a consistent basis, I don't think so.
I'm selling it because I think this season has a lot of excitement because he's here, and after that, it's just going to die down, because soccer is not top 10, top 5 sport in the U.S. And so I just think it'll die down. And B is right. It's regional. You come to your city, even though you get a lot of pro athletes from other sports to go watch and play, I think the novelty will wear off.
Yeah, I'm selling. I've had every opportunity in the world to watch soccer go mainstream in America, and it's never happened. It just hasn't. A lot of that has to do with the men's national team never being very good. If they had gone out and maybe tried to win a World Cup or be competitive, maybe soccer would have been a little more mainstream because you could have gotten some American spirit behind it, but I don't know. I think we've seen guys like David Beckham play in MLS.
I was going to say the same thing.
We've seen guys now like Lionel Messi. We've seen all these international stars come over and play. And MLS, here in Atlanta United does real well. They pull a lot of fans, but, the shine's off that apple a little bit too. They're slowing down. So I think soccer's had every shot in the world to be a popular sport in America. It's never going to happen.
You have to add maybe 1 or 2 more players like Ronaldo's to come and something like that to play, and then maybe people are like, oh crap, let's go watch a soccer game. Yeah. But no,
I don't think so. Jake Paul is a top tier boxer and will win the heavyweight title. Buy or sell?
I don't know. I don't watch a lot. I just hear about Jake Paul. I don't really watch
a lot of highlights. I haven't watched like a full fight. I've seen a lot of highlights. He looks like he's the real deal, man.
But he's never fought a real boxer though. That's my whole point.
He's fought a couple guys. Who did he lose to? He lost to Fury. He lost to Tyson Fury.
No, I thought he lost to.
Who did he lose to? He lost to somebody recently.
To the MMA guy. He lost to. He lost to MMA guy. I want to see him. Cause if you see some of the real heavyweight boxers, I don't think he can win a title.
But at the same time, on the flip side of that, heavyweight boxing ain't what it used to be, at least in the heavyweight department.
Well, yeah.
So
he's a heavyweight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was Tyson Fury, by the way. He did beat.
Oh, it was?
Yeah. But he didn't get knocked out, and he didn't get knocked down. He didn't get TKO'd or any of that.
I'm going to sell it, though.
You're going to sell Jake?
I think Jake, I think he's gotten better from just going to this social media mavern to actually taking this a little bit more seriously. So I got to give him that credit.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna sell it.
Rob, are you selling?
I'm selling it too. I just think he doesn't have enough experience. He started too late in the game, and there's other guys that are out there, that have the experience and have been in this game for a long time. Don't get me wrong. There's people who can come to a game late and be phenomenal at it. But I just think these other guys, especially in the heavyweight division, they're just too massive.
I think if he can keep his attention on it, I'll buy him. But the minute his attention starts to wander into other things, then he's out. He's not going to be able to do it. But if he could stay focused and he can keep fighting these guys and he can keep pulling off some of the wins he's pulled off, I think he's got a shot. I really do. But like you said,
he could beat Joshua.
With enough training and enough experience, maybe, yeah. Maybe. I mean, dude,
he's a bad boy, man.
Dude, I know it. And we've seen a lot of these guys that are bad news, but I've also seen guys like Buster Douglas come out of nowhere and knock Mike Tyson's ass out. So you never know when, you get the right fight, the right amount of training, and I feel like he's got enough skill to do it. So if he keeps training and he keeps working at it, he keeps fighting good guys, he's got a shot. I don't know. I
needed to fight someone that has a background before I make it. Before I was really trying to say, I might start buying it, but right now I'm selling it.
Okay. We talked about this earlier. Number 8 FSU steamrolled LSU, who was ranked number 5 coming into the season. Florida State is headed to the college football playoff. Buy or sell?
Sell. Man, Florida State.
You ain't got no belief in Florida State?
No, they haven't been good since prime, and from being in the SEC and watching.
That's LSU not true.
Jameis Winston.
Yeah,
that don't count.
They won a national title.
What do you mean it don't count? They won a national championship.
That don't count, man. That don't count.
How does that not count? How does that not count?
Because it wasn't the SEC. If SEC doesn't win, everybody else's shit don't count.
Oh, wow.
So you're telling me. So my thing is, what was that, 2013? So
I think so, yeah.
Why didn't an SEC team make it to the national title in 2013?
Because I don't know. I was just messing with you. I don't know.
Well, that was right after the back-to-back Alabama years, wasn't it?
Yeah. Let me see.
Because 11 and 12 was Alabama, I think.
Yeah. I am going to. I'm gonna sell it. And I think and it's hard for me to do so because they can literally win the ACC because I don't know what Clemson gonna look like.
Oh, no, not now, not now.
Right, and it just depends on what the SEC looks like with a couple of teams coming out of there, and I don't know what the Big Ten is gonna. It just depends on what a lot of these other conferences look like. I'm not saying they can't get there. I'm gonna say sell just because I think some of these other conferences might have two.
Okay, that's good. I'm gonna buy it. If they keep playing the way they playing, Jordan Davis keeps playing the way he's playing, I'm going to buy it. I think FSU's got a real shot. I don't know if they're going to do anything with it.
Soft spot for them.
What's up?
Did you got a soft spot for them?
For Florida State? No, not at all.
Okay.
I do a Miami Hurricanes podcast. I got no love. I got no love at all for Florida State. But I feel like the way they looked and the way they came out and the level of talent they have on the field around Davis, I think it's a shot, man.
You know the Florida State championship was the last, BCS championship.
You're absolutely right. It was 2013.
So that's why I don't. That's like anything else since the playoffs started. Everything else been like.
Oh, that don't make no sense.
Except for Bama's back to back. That's the only ones that really count.
So other than that, nothing else counts.
Hey, that's like when people talk about the 1999 Spurs championship. Oh, that was a lockout. Yeah, that don't count. The Lakers championship in the bubble. That don't count.
Bubble championship. Yeah. No, it comes with an asterisk.
BCS, those don't count.
BCS championships don't count. All right, I'm going to get us all in trouble here. Shaq has new music out this week with LA rap duo Coyote. Song ain't bad. Shaq is a better rapper than Dame Lillard, buy or sell?
I've answered this question before.
I know you have.
I never heard Damian Lillard's music, but I know.
You've never heard Dame?
If I have, I didn't know it was him. I just think I love Shaq. I just love his playing on. I love playing on the east side, but playing on what that shit right there to me with the Fushnikins and all that kind of stuff. I'm just taking Shaq.
You buying Shaq?
It's not me slapping Dame in the face. I never heard his music, so I can only go with what I know, and so I'm taking Shaq.
I'm selling. And this is me being completely objective. Like I said, I love the big fella, and he can rap his butt off. He's the last, basketball player to go platinum. He's still that now. But but that Dame Lillard, he can rap.
He can?
Yeah, he can rap his butt off. And, he's put out a couple of projects featuring, some prominent artists. He's worked with some prominent artists. He puts out some good music. He's not one of these guys that's trying to do it. He can rap.
Okay. I'm going to look it up now.
You should. He's good. I'm buying Shaq, though. Yeah. I think I'm like Rob. I grew up in the heyday of Shaq dropping albums, and I'm buying. I mean, you got to do a track with Notorious. I mean, come on. True. I mean, that's tough. That's tough comparison for anybody. So I'm buying Shaq. Skip Bayless says he loves the new lineup on Undisputed, even though he barely gets a freaking word in edgewise. I swear to God, the first episode he didn't talk at all.
You skipped one.
Oh yeah, I was just jumping around. Okay. We'll come back to it. Okay. I realized I skipped it after I started reading the question. But thank you. All right, let's do Skip first. We'll come back. So he can't seem to get a word in edgewise. The new Undisputed with Richard Sherman, Uncle Shannon, and a team of others. Buy or sell?
I'm selling just because I don't like Skip Bayless. So I'm selling it. I like those other people, and I hear Rachel Nicholas is going to join the crew too.
She has.
So I'm selling it. I love Rachel, but I might watch for her, and I'm not a Skip Bayless fan.
Okay.
Sell.
I'm selling it a lot because, yes, one, Skip Bayless is annoying. And then two, most of the stuff that they're going to talk about, because they do have Skip Bayless and they have Michael Irvin, is Cowboy stuff. Oh. For some reason, every block is going to be Cowboys oriented. And I'm sick and tired of hearing about the Cowboys in every single way, shape, and form.
I'm selling it for the same reason Rob did. I just don't care about Skip Bayless. It is very funny, though, to watch him be like, I'm the host of the show, and he gets like 3 words in because Richard Sherman and Michael Irvin are having a big fight about something. That's hysterical.
Right.
All right, I'll back up one. Braves won 3 of 4 in L.A. this weekend when they were taking on Candace's Dodgers. Poor Rob's Mets are in the cellar. The Braves will win the World Series this season. Buy or sell?
Buy. I'm buying it twice.
Well, we're a little prejudiced, I think, or
just
biased. I should
say. Buying it, I'm selling it.
And Rob's selling it.
I feel bad at the Braves from when they used to mess up my cartoons as a little kid. You don't want it. I don't want it. No, sell.
I'm buying it because I would love to go on another World Series run, man. I'm buying it all day.
And I gotta see and look, the way the battery was in 2021.
Holy cow!
I gotta have that experience again. I have to.
Dude, it was wild. Totally wild. A follow-up to the Skip Bayless question, by the way. Uncle Shannon on First Take with Stephen A. Smith, buy or sell?
Hold on, Rob. You had a question?
Yeah. What's the battery?
The complex of restaurants and stuff all around the ballpark.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So around the Braves ballpark, for those of you who don't know, there are, and Rob, you saw it when we came through, there are restaurants and bars and tons of stuff, shops, apartments all up and down. It's a huge complex they built around the stadium. It's called the Battery.
Okay. So when I come there, we do a pub crawl?
Oh, you can start over here and just walk your way around here. By the time you get to the stadium, you're done. You don't even care if there's a game. You're just like, you're gone. Uncle Shannon on First Take, are we buying or selling?
Buying.
I'm buying. I love Shannon. I think he brings a different, aspect to it. And he knows, and let's be real, he knows most every sport and knows all the players, and he deep dives in it. And that's the only reason I watched First Take in the first place. I mean, we'll watch the other one,
Undisputed,
Undisputed because of him. He's just great to listen to.
Yeah,
and I'm buying it from the standpoint of that reason. And no one ever thought that they would see again the dynamic of Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp going at one another. And we get that opportunity to see that at least twice a week. So.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, Stephen A. I buy it. I like both those guys. I was very wishy-washy on Shannon when he first started on Undisputed. He grew on me because I think he's real smart. He's very opinionated. He's very well-spoken. He's got his facts in line. Yes. I didn't know how he was going to be. He shut me down. He showed he was really, really good at what he did. And I like him and Stephen A. as personalities. So I'm good to put them across the table from each other. And if they don't agree on something, stand back and just let them go. Because they're both going to go at each other hard.
I don't watch it anyway because when Stephen A. starts yelling, I turn it. Because it just gives me a headache.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Lord have mercy.
But I watch. But when he starts, he go through those rants where he just starts yelling for no reason.
David, I gets mad about nothing. Yeah, he gets fired up sometimes. Yeah.
Okay, dude. All right.
He gets fired up. The very last one, and then we'll wrap it up. Caleb Williams ripped Nevada this week. USC quarterback Caleb Williams. He's going to win a second Heisman. Buy or sell?
Ooh.
I'm buying this.
I'm gonna buy it, but it's only happened once. But I'm gonna buy it the way that he's playing. But I know Travis Hunter, throughout the season might want to say something about that. But the way that Caleb
he's got
is playing,
a long way to go, man.
No, that's true.
He's got a long road.
And there's some guys that are gonna pop up, as the season goes. But the way Caleb is playing right now,
and the thing about it is, it's like, people don't want to give back-to-back Heismans. I don't know why, but this guy, man, he is a combination of some of the best quarterbacks in the league, from Patrick Mahomes to Lamar Jackson. This dude can freaking just play, man.
He's exceptional.
He's fucking good.
I'm gonna buy it because I don't know anybody else is really in the conversation yet.
Yeah.
And I mean, granted, it's week one, so you never know what the hell's going to happen. But I mean, if you look around college football, there's nobody, maybe aside from a Jordan Davis or somebody that and you mentioned Hunter, that really stand out as like, holy cow, gotta watch it, gotta see it. And he's just that kind of quarterback. Every time he's on the field, you got to watch him.
And you think about the other people who are runner-ups, they all in the NFL.
Yeah, none of them are back.
So. Yeah, none of them back. So he is like,
and I think Stetson only went last year because of Georgia, the success Georgia had. I don't even know if that had to do all that much with Stetson Bennett.
Unless the tight end for Georgia just
Brock Bowers.
Bowers goes off.
He's got a shot, but I mean, again, they're going to have to target him a ton to make that happen.
Yeah, and that would be kind of cool. A tight end has probably never ever won the Heisman.
I don't even know if it's happened.
Ever.
I don't think so.
Let's find out.
Well, because throughout the history of the Heisman, you look at college football, the tight end wasn't always used as
just blocking.
They were blocking. They weren't used as pass catchers. Mm-hmm. So,
2 tight ends have won the Heisman Trophy.
Oh,
Larry Kelly and Leon Hart. I have not heard of
those?
Either one of them. I have no idea. I just closed the search window, but I've never heard of either one of them. I would imagine it was a long time ago.
Leon sounded like he was black.
Well, if it was in the 40s and the 50s, who knows, man?
Hey, well, if he was in the 40s and 50s, he ain't black.
He ain't black.
If he won the Heisman.